Well, hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today's video, I was gonna say might be controversial, but we're all allowed to have our own opinions, you know? I don't have to like every single plant I see. But today's gonna be plants everybody loves that I hate. There aren't that many plants out there that everyone loves that I think are like the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but there are a few, and I thought I would share them with you. So the first one I wrote down, okay, Tradescantia, or is it Tradescantia? You know the plant, this one. I do not get that plant. I think it's so ugly. The way that it grows, the leaf shape, there's so many different varieties too. Every single one of them is ugly. I've never seen one that I think is cool looking. They do sell these huge hanging baskets. Like I've seen like a couple of different mixed varieties. I've also seen a Tradescantia mixed with a Creeping Charlie. Creeping Charlie is one of my favorite plants of all time. And when I see it mixed in with that one, I'm like, why would they do that to Charlie? I just don't get that plant. I don't get it. I think it's so ugly. Every time I see someone holding it and buying it, I'm like, what are you doing? Creeping Charlie's right there. Why are you buying a Tradescantia? I don't know what it is about that plant. I just don't like anything about it. Anything about it, all the varieties, they just don't do it for me. And I did used to own one of these when I was first getting into plants. I was buying up everything because I'd never seen plants before. So I was buying everything that just was new to me. And I did buy one. It was the purple and green one. And now I'm like, what was I thinking? I would never buy that now. It was so hard to take care of. It died right away. I tried to propagate it. It didn't work. The pure green one that has like the white variegation on it, this one right here, this one is kind of pretty, but the growth, the way that it grows, I just don't like it. And the grocery store that we go to all the time has these hanging baskets all the time of this one that's like red and fuzzy. Ew, ew. So the Tradescantia mixed with the red fuzziness, I do not like this plant at all. I see people show it. I'm just scrolling through photos of the plant, making myself more and more mad about how it looks. Every time I see someone mention one of these or show it in a haul video, I'm like, why did you buy that? I don't like it. I just don't like anything about it. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. The next one I wrote down was Philodendron Birkin. Okay, so when I was first getting into plants, this was like the plant. Everybody wanted it. Everybody had it. Everyone was so proud of it. And I did buy this plant back then because I thought, well, I'm into plants. You gotta have the one that everybody has. And sorry, my face is kind of itchy. And I bought it and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and I still don't like it. The leaf shape is really nice, but it's the pinstriping on it. I just don't like it. And then the leaves have like this texture from the striping, like it's indented into it. I could like feel it. I don't like it at all. But I did buy it, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. This is what that plant looks like now. So all of like the Birkin leaves fell off very, very quickly. And this is what I was left with. I think this is a Rojo Congo, and I think this is what the plant will revert back to. Like I've even seen, and I'm sure you've seen as well, whenever there's like a big table of Philodendron Birkin, there's a lot that have a few of the white pinstripey leaves, and then they're also mixed in with this leaf. Or there's some that have this leaf and it's like half with the pinstripe on them. Like, I don't know, I just don't like the way that it looks. That white color with the leaf is just so ugly to me. I do like this plant, I guess. Like, I only kept it because it was still alive and doing something. But it's kind of grown on me. It's kind of grown on me, and I do like it now. I sit it at the edge of a bookshelf, and it just kind of cascades over the shelf there, and it's doing okay. It needs water right now. Like, it's looking kind of limp. But it does end up growing over the pot like this either way. There was a little piece here that broke off that I propagated and planted back in, and it grew. It's been growing new leaves. This is the newest leaf here. It's working on a new one. So I guess I don't regret buying the plant initially because it led me to have this one. But the way that they look, they're just so ugly. They're so ugly to me. I don't like them. Okay, the next one is the one that made me think that this might be controversial. But like I said, we're all allowed to have our own opinions, and I don't have to like everything. Just because I'm into plants doesn't mean I have to get a grow light set up and propagation stuff all over my house. Like, I don't have any grow lights. I don't like them. I'll never use them. But the thing I wrote here was small propagations all over my house. So of course this is a personal choice, but I also don't propagate my plants pretty much at all, only if I tend to break something off on accident. Like in a video recently, I planted all my propagations into one pot, and that's where I keep all of them, in one cup. I leave them in there till whenever. The only thing I do want to do, and I do want to propagate on purpose, are some more long vines that I have to hang here, like so just some different colors. But other than that, I never propagate my plants. And every time I see people like, okay, this is so mean, but it's fine. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the YouTube channel name, but I was watching someone do like a haul, and she was showing like 90 plants that she had purchased or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, where does she even have room to purchase that many? But all of them were like in 1-inch plastic cups, and they were just like the tiniest little plant you've ever seen. Like it had grown from a seed. And she was showing all these plants, and then her setup was just plastic cups with moss in them everywhere, and I was like, that's just not my style. You know, I rarely propagate my plants, if at all, and then just having them in little cups, little tiny plants everywhere is just not for me either. Usually when I want a plant, I want an established 4-inch plant at least, or bigger. Like I usually try to get the biggest one for the best price. Which is why in my Plantarina, what's in my Plantarina shopping cart video, now that I know that M stands for mini and not medium, I took all those plants out of my basket. One of you guys told me that M is a mini plant, it's only 2 inches, and I was like, forget it, that's gonna die immediately. So those kinds of plants just aren't for me. The two that I did acquire recently, the Verrucosum that I have up here, I did get because I got it in a trade. And then I have a little Scindapsus one that's in a plastic cup that I really want to put in a pot, but I'm leaving it there because it was, in a trade, and I don't want it to die. But other than that, like little tiny cups of plants, not for me at all. And then the last one is the Philodendron Pink Princess. Okay, this is another one of those plants that was like super sought after. And when I first got into plants, this plant was like a $300 plant. A little tiny node cutting was well over $100. It was a very, very, very expensive plant, and it never looked that cool. Everyone who had one, the way it grows is just like long and gangly with these long stem arms, and then the leaf at the end with a little tiny bit of pink on them. I remember seeing one in real life. There used to be a nursery here called Plant Me Later, and they had one. It wasn't for sale, it was just like on display in the store, like towards the back somewhere. And my boyfriend went over to touch it, and I was like, don't touch that plant, it's like $300. So we looked it up in the car when we got home, and I was like, that plant probably cost like $300, as big as she had it. But it was like this. It's this kind of leaf shape with pink like splashes on it, and I don't think it looks that cool. Like the pink doesn't look good against the leaf that it's growing on. I don't like that color together. And then the way that it grows, like I said, is just long, and people are always cutting it off. It grows a full pink leaf. That leaf's eventually gonna die, you gotta cut it off. Like it's just a very unstable plant. So unless you can find one that has like, it's just growing perfectly, I don't even know. Like I think it's super ugly anyway. What I think is way more beautiful is the White Princess. This was sent to me by Wild Interiors. It was the gift, so I don't know how much this plant is, but I'm guessing it's expensive just based on how when I looked it up. But I think this is so much more beautiful. It's a really dark green leaf with the white variegation on it. I think it's absolutely stunning. This is like the Thai constellation of the philodendron world, at least that's what I think. Love this plant a lot, and I think the white looks so much better on the green than pink does. I just never got the appeal of that plant, and I feel like it's one of those plants that was really sought after because it was one of those plants that was really sought after. Like people saw other people really wanting it, so then they felt, oh my god, I have to have it too. And then it kind of just snowballed, and then the people selling the plant were like, holy crap, we can really make some money here. But now, of course, Costa Farms put them out. Other brands, I'm sure, are like learning how to get them out into the world now. So the price is a lot lower than it used to be. Costa Farms sells them for $20 in their big old planter now. So it's still a sought after plant. I know that because when they had them at the nursery that I go to all the time, there was a crowd of people waiting for them to unbox them because they put it on their Instagram that Pink Princess is being unboxed right now, and everybody was crowding it everywhere. And I was like, you know what? I don't want it. I don't want the plant. I never want the plant. I even saw it in real life at Walmart and I didn't buy it. I was like, over it. And it was going to the nursery and seeing how many people were like just dying over the plant and waiting and hounding the workers, I was like, it's a plant. It's just a plant. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. And all of that surrounding the plant and the way it looks just really turned me off from it. Like, I never want one. Even if I see one, I won't buy it. It just had left a yucky taste in my mouth, seeing all the people there hounding the workers and stuff. It was kind of weird. Anyway, that is it. Let me know some of the plants that everybody seems to love that for some reason just don't do anything for you. These were a few of mine. Hopefully you're not offended if these were your favorite plants. Like I said, we're all allowed to have our own opinions and we don't all have to like everything. That's why there's so many plants out there. Buy the ones you want to buy. Don't buy the ones you don't want to buy. You know what I mean? Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.